Hi, welcome on in. Um, this is your advice. This is not for everybody, and this is for some people. I know if you're just new coming on in, joining on in, I much appreciate you for being here. Absolute. If you have not watched part one, part two of Are You Awake Yet? I highly recommend watching all parts to understand this particular part. So, my question is, I did my eyebrow wrong over here, but it's okay. I'll fix it later. My question is, are you an NPC experiencing an awakening? Meaning, you realize you're not just some character in a video game or a movie. It's you unlocking the Neos within you because, like I said in previous couple of other videos where I said there are multiple versions of you in different dimensions all at once, experiencing the exact same experience that you're experiencing right now. One version of you is a lot quicker, meaning they either are already in the past of that present moment, signaling to a version of you that is different in another present moment of that present moment. That becomes parallel universe, parallel vortex. And in these vortex, you can kind of like transitions into one's consciousness or into one's reality based off the form of thought of you being in that world, like already imagining. Because if you can see the vision, then that means it already pre-existed. I mean, it's really just time showing you a pre-existence of a version of you that already experienced that life or that timeline. But then there are like some type of obligations with you accessing you. The reason why it's taking you a little bit longer to know thyself is because you're trying to learn from the past and not actually learning from the present moment instead. So when you, hi, how are you? I'm good. Thank you for joining. Make sure you hit that like button. Much appreciate, love you. So when you when you are more so connected to the past version of you, you're trying to understand the present version of you now, how you got here and why you got to this particular timeline and this particular future that you might have envisioned, or it might have been envisioned for you to either direct or be a part of. So I'm gonna be quick here because I don't really have that much time. So when you are operating all systems of you trying to get to a particular timeline, you need to think about why they are where they are at and how they got there so you can manifest a little quicker, be 3-4 steps ahead of your future. So when you are constantly thinking of the past, you're in the south. If you're thinking of the future, you're in the north. And when you're pulling on the west and east, you're pulling on the masculine and feminine of you. And you can kind of do that with everybody that is associated to your particular timeline, or you in your timeline accessing a different version of you of that time, meaning a different ancestors that you was with learning from whatever the case may be, reactivating the gems that was lost in the cosmos for as long as your current self was alive. But the current version of you was not awakened at the time. It's only awakened now because it sensed something is coming. It doesn't know what yet, but it's reactivating all of these senses within you to unlock that dragon like serpent version of you to protect you or to go against the odds. It depends. And when you pass their matrix and you pass your own matrix, you can basically pass any type of matrix. The key thing is it's so hard for you to remember. Why? Because the government and yourself and the people around you don't want you to remember you because they want you to get stuck in a particular loop time frame so that they can flourish and prosper in. Because not only that they was using you as the dirt for the seed, but also for you to grow it. You just didn't know what you look like. So of course they're gonna create these codes to use against you to keep you on or in, awake or asleep. And then once you learn to step outside of you to go within, you know how to control or alternate energies around you. It's not so, I'm not sure when you come back directly, like in a physical format and in the conscious body. Once you let go of the physical, the conscious is, I guess, in a way, you become conscious before the physical. So you have to, it's more of a mental mindset than, but physical attraction has a play into these energies, but it's more of a mental level of your subconscious that it is manifesting in the, there's a version of you watching in front of spirit and also behind spirit, which is the shadow version of you. So when you learn to let go of the system, meaning either learn about their program or get off with the program. But you can be in between. There are some people who are in between, and there's some who also are the creator of the in between, meaning they create in between all realms. They don't even step outside of that particular realm that they are in to create. They inhabit the energy from both realms to report back to their realms. It's kind of like how Loki was trying to travel back to a particular time in the TV show Loki. Highly recommend watching. So when you are operating in the mental space, you're going to experience things that was created in the mental space. So you have to subconsciously reprogram yourself into a lighter scale. You have to be light feather. And when you activate these certain frequencies within you, you're actually telling yourself, oh, I want to be light. I want to be on now. But it's all up to you how you look at it. When you're turning on and when you're turning in. It's much more than going within and going without. It's learning the multitudes, the multiple versions of you. So when you come back to 1.01 Earth like version of you, you're able to switch levels of consciousness within people, but or spirits. The thing is, when you do that, the universe is just not going to give you that type of power just right away. it's going to put you on a spiral so you can learn from that person past life trauma, and you be like, what the hell is this, why am I experiencing their trauma, etc., etc., because you took on a version of you that is an agent, meaning a spiritual agent. Like, you're supposed to understand the points of anybody and anything. That's a reflection of you. It's just a different time version of you, meaning time and space. Not what really matters to you. It's something that you are going through a gateway, or the gates, and when you open it, you finally reach to the stage of your higher self. You're just in the all knowing. You're not guessing anymore. You're not involved in the program anymore. You're learning the program, but you're not letting the program control you. So it's so easy to click judging yourself because you don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. So when you are experiencing exactly the program it is experiencing, you are also awakening to what they are experiencing, what they're doing to you, because it's a protocol to the order of returning back to you. So when you fully return, there won't be what you have experienced when you first awaken. It will just be, I know I am. So when you're back to I know I am, you don't know what it looks like. So you have to imagine what it looks like, what it feels like, what it could possibly taste like. You won't look like the version of you now when you are in that higher state. It takes time. But I hope you all enjoy this live. Make sure you give it a like button. This was part 3. Are you awake yet? Love and light.